Have you ever wondered what treasures might be hiding in your grandparents' attic? The everyday items that filled homes decades ago have become highly sought-after collectibles commanding surprising prices. Today we're exploring 25 household items from our grandparents' era that are worth a fortune today. Let's start with vintage furniture. Those heavy wooden pieces that seemed so outdated just a few years ago have become the crown jewels of modern interior design. Mid-century modern furniture from designers like Charles and Ray Eames can fetch anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 for a single chair, with their iconic lounge chair and ottoman sets regularly selling for over $8,000. Even unnamed pieces from the 1950s and 1960s with clean lines and tapered legs command premium prices. Danish teak credenzas that sold for $200 in 1965 now easily bring $3,000 to $5,000. The real treasure lies in authenticated pieces with original labels or documentation. That old dresser gathering dust might be worth more than a modern car. Cast iron cookware. Your grandmother's blackened skillet could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Griswold Manufacturing Company pieces from Erie, Pennsylvania, made between 1865 and 1957, are the holy grail of cast iron collecting. A simple Griswold No. 9 skillet with a smooth cooking surface can sell for $150 to $300, while rare pieces like the No. 13 hotel-size skillet have sold for over $3,000. Wagner Ware, another American manufacturer, produced pieces that now fetch $100 to $500 depending on size and condition. The most valuable pieces have smooth bottoms, lightweight for their size, and clear maker's marks. Even unmarked gate mark skillets from the 1800s command premium prices among serious collectors who appreciate their superior heat retention and naturally non-stick surfaces developed through decades of use. Porcelain dolls. Those delicate dolls that once graced parlor shelves have become serious investment pieces. Madame Alexander dolls from the 1940s and 1950s regularly sell for $500 to $2,000, with rare editions like the 1953 Queen Elizabeth II coronation doll fetching over $5,000. French and German bisque dolls from manufacturers like Jumeau and Kestner can command astronomical prices, with pristine examples selling for $10,000 to $20,000 at auction. The key factors determining value include the doll's condition, original clothing, and maker's marks. Even composition dolls from the 1920s and 1930s, once considered inferior to bisque, now bring hundreds of dollars if they retain their original paint and features. Art Deco mirrors. The geometric elegance of Art Deco mirrors from the 1920s and 1930s has made them incredibly valuable today. Original pieces featuring etched glass, chrome frames, or peach-tinted glass can sell for $500 to $5,000, depending on size and design complexity. Mirrors with integrated lighting, or those featuring classic Art Deco motifs like sunbursts, fans, or stepped patterns command the highest prices. French manufacturers like René Lalique produced mirrors that now sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Even unsigned pieces with distinctive Art Deco characteristics bring substantial sums, as modern reproductions can't match the quality of materials and craftsmanship found in originals. Silver flatware. Complete sets of sterling silver flatware represent one of the most overlooked treasures in many households. A full service for 12 in patterns from Gorham, such as Chantilly or Buttercup, can be worth $3,000 to $8,000. Tiffany & Co. patterns like Chrysanthemum from the 1880s have sold for over $30,000 for complete sets. Wallace's Grand Baroque pattern, introduced in 1941, remains highly sought after, with individual place settings selling for $400 to $600. The silver content alone makes these pieces valuable, but collector demand for specific patterns drives prices far beyond melt value. Even incomplete sets or individual serving pieces can be worth hundreds of dollars. Oil lamps. Before electricity illuminated every corner, oil lamps provided essential lighting, and today, these utilitarian objects have become valuable antiques. Aladdin mantel lamps from the early 1900s, especially those with colored glass bases or reverse-painted shades, sell for $300 to $2,000. Pittsburgh Lamp and Glass Company pieces featuring hand-painted globes can bring $500 to $2,500. The most valuable are Gone with the Wind style lamps with matching base and shade decorations, particularly those with original kerosene burners intact. Miniature oil lamps, once used in children's rooms, now fetch $100 to $500 despite their small size. Vintage jewelry. That jewelry box tucked away in the dresser might contain a small fortune. Signed pieces from Cartier, Van Cleef & Arpels, or Tiffany obviously command high prices, but even costume jewelry from designers like Miriam Haskell or Eisenberg can sell for $200 to $2,000 per piece. Art Deco brooches featuring geometric designs and colorful stones from the 1920s and 1930s regularly bring $500 to $3,000. Victorian mourning jewelry, made from jet or featuring hairwork, has become particularly collectible, with pieces selling for $300 to $1,000. Even unsigned vintage rhinestone pieces from the 1950s can be worth $50 to $200 if they're in good condition. Old clocks. The steady tick-tock of grandfather clocks and mantel clocks has become the sound of money for collectors. Seth Thomas grandfather clocks from the early 1900s sell for $2,000 to $10,000, depending on the case style and movement complexity. Howard Miller clocks from the mid-20th century, particularly those with Westminster chimes, bring $1,000 to $5,000. Even simple mantel clocks from companies like Ansonia or New Haven can be worth $200 to $800. The most valuable clocks retain their original movements, weights, and pendulums. Clocks with unusual features like moon phase dials or musical movements command premium prices. Old vinyl records. That stack of records in the basement could be a gold mine. Original pressings of the Beatles' Yesterday and Today album with the recalled Butcher cover have sold for over $15,000. Elvis Presley's first recording for Sun Records, That's All Right, can bring $5,000 to $10,000 for an original 78 RPM pressing. Even common albums in pristine condition can be valuable. A mint-condition original pressing of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon sells for $200 to $500. The key is condition and pressing information. First pressings with specific catalog numbers command the highest prices. Toys and games. The toys that survived childhood play have become serious collectibles. Original 1959 blonde ponytail Barbies in mint condition have sold for over $8,000, while even played-with examples bring $500 to $2,500. Tin wind-up toys from companies like Marx or Schuco from the 1920s through 1950s sell for $200 to $2,000, depending on complexity and condition. Original Star Wars figures from 1977-1985, especially those still on cards, can bring $100 to $5,000 each. Board games with all original pieces from the 1950s and 1960s fetch $50 to $500, with TV show tie-ins being particularly valuable. Vintage Pyrex. Those colorful glass dishes that seemed so common are now highly collectible. The Lucky in Love pattern from 1959, featuring a 4-bowl set, can sell for $800 to $200. Butterfly Gold from the 1970s brings $100 to $300 for a complete set, while the Pink Gooseberry pattern from 1957 commands $400 to $600. Even common patterns like primary colors sell for $50 to $150 for a nesting bowl set. Promotional pieces given away at grocery stores, like the Autumn Harvest casserole, now bring $75 to $200. Condition is crucial. Chips or dishwasher damage significantly reduce value. Which of these household treasures do you remember from your grandparents' home? Coca-Cola memorabilia. The iconic red and white branding of Coca-Cola has made vintage items incredibly valuable. Original 1950s vending machines in working condition sell for $2,000 to $5,000. Porcelain signs from the 1940s and earlier can bring $500 to $3,000 depending on size and condition. Even simple items like vintage bottles have value. Straight-sided bottles from before 1915 sell for $100 to $500, while amber-colored bottles from the 1960s bring $20 to $50. Serving trays from the early 1900s featuring Gibson girls or other period artwork command $300 to $1,500. The key is authenticity, as reproductions flooded the market in the 1970s. Advertising signs. Old advertising signs have become valuable pieces of Americana. Original porcelain signs from gas stations like Texaco, Gulf, or Mobil can sell for $500 to $5,000, depending on size and graphics. Double-sided signs that hung from brackets command the highest prices. Tin signs advertising products like Pepsi-Cola, John Deere, or Winchester ammunition bring $200 to $2,000. The most valuable signs feature bold graphics, bright colors, and popular brands. Condition matters tremendously. Rust, chips, or mounting holes significantly affect value. Even cardboard signs from the 1950s and 1960s can be worth $50 to $500 if properly preserved. Vintage cameras. The cameras that captured family memories have become collectibles themselves. Leica rangefinders from the 1950s sell for $1,000 to $10,000, depending on model and condition. Even common brands have valuable models. A Nikon F from 1959 brings $400 to $800, while a Kodak Retina 3C sells for $200 to $400. Large format cameras with wooden bodies and brass fittings from the early 1900s command $500 to $2,000. The most valuable cameras retain their original leather cases, instruction manuals, and accessories. Working condition isn't always necessary for collector value, but functional cameras bring premium prices. Royal Copenhagen China. The delicate blue and white patterns of Royal Copenhagen have made vintage sets extremely valuable. Complete dinner services in the blue fluted pattern from before 1950 can sell for $2,000 to $5,000. Limited edition Christmas plates from the early years of production, 1908-1920, bring $200 to $1,000 each. The Flora Danica pattern, featuring hand-painted botanical designs, commands the highest prices with individual plates selling for $300 to $800. Even common patterns from the mid-20th century have value, with complete place settings bringing $100 to $300. The company's figurines, especially those designed by artists like Gerhard Henning, sell for $200 to $2,000. Tea sets. Elegant tea sets that graced afternoon gatherings have become valuable antiques. Royal Worcester sets from the Victorian era, especially those with hand-painted flowers or gold trim, sell for $500 to $3,000. Wedgwood Jasperware tea sets in colors other than the common blue bring $400 to $1,500. Japanese nori take sets from the 1920s with hand-painted designs command $300 to $1,000. Even Depression-era glass tea sets in pink or green can bring $200 to $500 for a complete service. Silver-plated tea services from companies like Reed & Barton or International Silver sell for $300 to $1,500, depending on pattern and completeness. Art prints and paintings. Original artwork hiding in attics has made headlines with million-dollar discoveries, but even modest pieces have significant value. Grandma Moses prints from her lifetime can sell for $500 to $2,000, while original paintings bring tens of thousands. WPA-era prints from the 1930s and 1940s command $200 to $2,000. Original illustrations from books or magazines, especially those by known illustrators like Norman Rockwell or Maxfield Parrish, sell for $500 to $5,000. Even amateur paintings from the early 20th century can be worth $100 to $1,000 if they depict interesting subjects or local history. Gold coins and paper money. old coins and bills tucked away for safekeeping have appreciated dramatically. Gold double eagle coins from before 1933 sell for $2,000 to $5,000 based on gold content alone, with rare dates bringing much more. Silver dollars from the Morgan series, 1878-1921, in uncirculated condition bring $50 to $500, with key dates like 1893's selling for thousands. Paper money can be even more valuable. Large-size bills from before 1929 sell for $100 to $1,000 for common issues, while rare signatures or serial numbers command premium prices. Even modern bills with printing errors can be worth hundreds of dollars to collectors. Share your favorite discovery from this list in the comments below. Vintage typewriters. The mechanical marvels that produced countless letters and manuscripts have become decorative treasures. Underwood No. 5 typewriters from the 1920s, the most successful model ever made, sell for $150 to $400 in working condition. Colored Smith Corona portables from the 1950s bring $200 to $500, with rare colors like pink or turquoise commanding the highest prices. Royal Quiet Deluxe models from the 1940s and 1950s, favored by writers like Ernest Hemingway, sell for $300 to $600. Even non-working typewriters have value as decorative pieces, bringing $50 to $200. The most valuable are early models with unusual typefaces or those with documented history of famous users. Glassware. Depression glass and other vintage glassware have become highly collectible. Complete sets of pink or green depression glass in popular patterns like cherry blossom or princess sell for $500 to $1,500. Fenton art glass pieces, especially those in unusual colors or with hand-painted designs, bring $50 to $500 per piece. Fire King jadeite dishes from the 1940s and 1950s command $20 to $100 per piece, with rare items like the ball jug selling for over $500. Carnival glass from companies like Northwood or Millersburg sells for $50 to $1,000 depending on pattern and color. Even simple milk glass pieces can be worth $10 to $50 each. Vintage radios. The radios that brought news and entertainment into homes are now valuable collectibles. Catalan radios from the 1930s and 1940s in bright colors sell for $500 to $3,000, with rare colors like blue bringing the highest prices. Zenith Walton Tombstone radios from the 1930s command $300 to $800. RCA Victor radios with Art Deco designs bring $200 to $1,000. Even simple wooden cathedral radios from companies like Philco or Atwater Kent sell for $100 to $500. Working condition adds value, but non-working radios are still collectible for their aesthetic appeal. Transistor radios from the 1950s and 1960s, especially novelty shapes, bring $50 to $500. Antique mirrors. Ornate mirrors that reflected generations of families have become valuable antiques. Victorian pier mirrors with carved mahogany or walnut frames sell for $500 to $3,000 depending on size and condition. Gilt bronze mirrors from the Empire period bring $1,000 to $5,000. Even simple Federal-style mirrors with reverse-painted glass panels command $300 to $2,500. The original glass adds significant value. Replacement glass reduces worth by half or more. Mirrors with interesting provenance or those retaining original backboards and hanging hardware bring premium prices. Shaving stands with attached mirrors from the early 1900s sell for $200 to $800. Old postcards. Those penny postcards have become valuable windows into the past. Real photo postcards from the early 1900s showing small-town main streets, disasters, or unusual subjects sell for $20 to $200 each. Holiday postcards from the Golden Age, 1905-1915, featuring Santa Claus or Halloween themes, bring $10 to $100 depending on the artist and condition. Transportation postcards showing early automobiles, trains, or airplanes command $15 to $150. Complete postcard albums can be worth $500 to $2,000. The most valuable postcards show rare historical events, feature artwork by known artists, or depict locations that no longer exist. Vintage holiday decorations, Christmas and Halloween decorations from decades past have become year-round collectibles. German glass Christmas ornaments from before World War II sell for $20 to $200 each, with figural ornaments bringing the highest prices. Blown glass ornaments by companies like Shiny Bright from the 1940s and 1950s bring $5 to $50 each, depending on shape and color. Vintage aluminum Christmas trees from the 1960s sell for $200 to $500, complete with color wheel. Halloween decorations are particularly valuable. German die-cut decorations from the 1920s bring $50 to $500, while papier-mâché jack-o'-lanterns sell for $100 to $1,000. Leather goods. Quality leather items from luxury brands have retained or increased their value dramatically. Vintage Louis Vuitton trunks from the early 1900s sell for $3,000 to $20,000, depending on size and condition. Coach bags from the 1960s and 1970s, before the brand became mass market, bring $200 to $800. Even non-designer leather goods have value. Alligator or crocodile handbags from the 1940s and 1950s sell for $300 to $2,000. Vintage leather doctor's bags or briefcases in good condition bring $100 to $500. The key is quality construction and materials. Full-grain leather items have held up best and command the highest prices. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane, exploring these 25 valuable household items. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and share it with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe.